Good morning, welcome back to another daily market outlook video where I'm going to discuss with you all the major dollar pairs and gold. All right, DXY perfectly aligned with my analysis. This is the drawing that I did draw previously, and with previously I meant yesterday. We swiped some liquidity, had first sell reaction, then we swiped that a few more times, but actually we just swiped the early sellers. And then we had some real breaks in towards the downside. And I'm now looking for a little bit of a retracement up higher after grabbing some liquidity underneath this low. I hope that we can take some liquidity here as well, and then some continuation downwards. And this area over here would then be the perfect entry opportunity on the dollar pairs. And from there on, we can go and trade it towards at least this low and hopefully this low as well. See some little bit of a reaccumulation inside this demand zone before continuing up higher towards that 102 level. So something like this, or eventually something like this, then a change of character, and then some continuation towards that 102 level from there on. If we then go to EURUSD, then what we can see there is that we took some liquidity underneath this low here. On the 1 hour, that's even more clear. I was waiting for this low to go, and then a break in towards the upside. That happened last night. Then during Asia session, not a lot happened, and personally what I do prefer is, before we continue this bigger move in towards the upside, is that together with that DXY, then we swipe the highs here, we come back to grab some liquidity, and then a change of character for continuation in towards the upside on EURUSD. And that is what I'm going to be waiting for, placing a alert somewhere around here. If price comes there, then it's ready for me to act upon. Then on GU continued up higher after swiping liquidity. We had a beautiful reaction in towards the upside. Personally, it's going to be a little bit more difficult on GU because eventually we want to see some new sells coming in after DXY is swiping those lows. But with the current room that DXY still has, I do see GU continuing up higher and maybe even breaking the 4-hour swing structure over here. So for now, I'm going to stay out of GU. And the longs on EU are much clearer, also because we still have a lot of room towards these two liquidity highs as well that we can perfectly target for our trades. If we look at NZDUSD, then that continued up higher as well. Also, as of now, perfectly aligning with my drawing from yesterday. And if we look at the 4-hour time frame, then this has become a strong demand zone over here after swiping liquidity. Then a V-shaped reversal, we came back in towards this demand zone. So we can also say that this is now our 4-hour order flow over here. From here on further, and we want to see a push in towards their change of character, and then continuation in towards the upside towards liquidity that's still being situated over here, also in this 4-hour supply zone, or more like a daily supply zone that's still open and situated over here. So let's see if we can maybe catch some trades on there as well. Then we have AUDUSD, and AUDUSD, the plan yesterday was extremely clear, but in execution I kind of made a mistake. This over here was my stop loss yesterday, even though it was clear liquidity, so that's just a fault in execution on my side. After swiping that low, we got some reaction in towards the upside, now breaking 1-hour fractal structure as well. But if we can get a reaction like this and then a pullback somewhere in here, I'm happy to look for some continuation longs towards the premium prices and some clear liquidity being open here. But it's going to be waiting as well, so going to place a alert on there as well. And then this low is a perfectly fine low for me to place my stop loss underneath, after it got it grabbed major liquidity on the 4-hour time frame. USDCAD is still rather consolidative, and with the immediate downwards momentum on the dollar, I'm not looking to trade this for shorts, because the momentum is just really, really bullish, and just going to leave USDCAD on the side until some further clearer price action has formed there. If we go to USDJPY, then that continued up higher yesterday as well, touching that monthly, 3-monthly open, and now seeing a little bit of a reaction in towards the downside. That's perfectly normal, of course, because with that dollar going downwards, JPY will also trade lower. We did grab liquidity above this liquidity high over here. We touched the monthly, 3-monthly open, so I wouldn't be surprised if we can fall in towards the downside a little bit further this time and stop continuing up all the time on USDJPY, but let's see what that wants to do. Then on USDCHF, what did we do there? Talked about yesterday how I wanted to see a push down and then a push up, swiping liquidity above this high. That is also what happened. So if we can now see a little bit of a pullback back in towards this area, then here a change of character with continuation down towards at least these equal lows being clear liquidity. Can mark them out as well. This is a clear liquidity point over here. Then also there's still liquidity situated over here. If we go back to the 4-hour, then there are some very, very clear targets. So if we can get a push in towards here, then somewhere from around here, you can look for a short, place your stop loss above this strong high after taking out liquidity, and just trade this in towards the downside. 1 to 2 is already hit. If you trade it towards here, maybe you can trade it towards here. Everything is possible there, and I'm going to be waiting for that little pullback on USDCHF as well. But there are some nice trade opportunities forming, even though it is Thursday, so almost the end of the week. It's going to be a weekend hold then, but I'm most certainly, if we can get back and get in towards the trades, then they are some high A+ setups in my opinion. If we look at gold, then gold continued down lower yesterday, grabbing a lot of liquidity over here, and now we've started to get some 1-hour bullish order flow. The 4-hour is not yet bullish, and we're still trading in towards inside this little supply zone here. So if we can break that, maybe a pullback, then we can trade it up towards that target that we had set previously. Otherwise, I do think price will just continue to fall down lower towards at least this low over here. On silver as well, silver continued down lower, is showing a little bit of a pullback right now. Nothing significantly, just a lot of bearish pressure still. And I'm not looking for any positions on silver as of now. I'm just going to let this do its thing. Then on copper as well, copper took out some great liquidity underneath this low as well, and now we're starting to see some really bullish momentum once again. But for me, it's not something I really want to trade. There was maybe a trade to catch here early morning after we came back in towards this zone and now back out. Not really a A+ setup in my opinion. Also because this low is really weak, together with this low still being open. So liquidity is on the downside for sure. Bearish momentum, so I'm not trying to catch any longs here. I'm just going to wait and see what's going to happen. Preferably even that we take out the liquidity above this move here. Then a change of character in towards the downside. And then we have a clear target to catch underneath here. But not really clear. Copper has been really consolidated in my opinion over the last few days and weeks at least. All right, thanks for watching today's market outlook. I hope to see you guys there tomorrow. Consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment. See you in the next one. Bye.